heard you say like that you believe that, I guess, all Christians can be saved, even if they're not a part of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, even when you say Catholic Church, I have to always qualify it because people think I'm qualified to speak for the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
I just got to make sure I'm a newbie. I'm learning, relearning, unlearning. So when someone says, well, hey, if you're Catholic, can you debate purgatory indulgence? I said, no, I can't, because I'm a newbie, I'm learning. And when I do identify with the Catholic Church, it's not to isolate me from the Assyrian Church, Eastern Orthodox, or Oriental Orthodox. I tend to see myself as being a servant of all these churches, and I love all these churches, even though there's a disagreement about.
I think a lot of people are either going to appreciate or, again, really dislike me. So if you want to just hear right away, and you don't want to listen to this entire video, yes, I'm remaining Catholic. Obviously, I'm remaining Catholic. That's pretty clear. But if you want to actually understand why I'm remaining Catholic, then maybe you should watch more of this video and figure it out. I'm not remaining Catholic because of the dogmas, really, or the doctrines, or the people. You already know I've had terrible experiences with the people. I think most of the people in the Catholic Church, especially the higher-ups, suck. I really do. I don't even Christianity. And this brings me to my main point. I'm remaining Catholic because I'm becoming more apostolic and neutral. I actually think I have no problem with the way the apostolic churches function right now. I really don't. I want them to be more united. I'm an ecumenist. I think the apostolic churches should unite. Damn me to hell for saying that, but I think the apostolic churches need to stop being prideful and unite, because the differences I don't think are actually salvific. You heard me right. I do not think the differences are salvific. I think, what do you need as a lay Christian to become saved, or to achieve salvation, or to inherit the graces of Christ? You need to follow him, receive baptism, a grace, receive the Eucharist, a grace. Enough for me to make any decision in any way, shape, or form. I will go to a Coptic church, and if the priest allows me to receive communion, I will take it. I will go to an Assyrian church, and if the priest allows me to receive communion, I will take it. And an Eastern Orthodox church, yes, that's correct, Eastern Orthodox. I will go to your church and receive communion if the priest and the bishop allows me to.
Hello guys, welcome back to Christianity Reloaded. Today we're going to talk about these two online Christian influencers or YouTubers, and we're going to talk about what they normally, the ideology they promote in terms of church structures, because they keep talking about all the Asian churches, they love the Asian churches, they keep bringing it up. They keep bringing, all the Asian churches, like, they are all true church. The way they talk about it is like all the Asian churches are true church. But but Christ said that he prayed for the unity of his church. He says, you know what I mean? He said that let them be one. But when you look at these ancient churches as they promote it, and as they promote it, they're not one. But all of them cannot be true church, even though even though we know that most of them have element of true church in them, but they are not. Most of them are not. All of them are not true church. We only have one true church. And this Shamoun and the Ish of Arabia, the Muslim convert, and all these people that are promoting this kind of church ecumenical, ancient ecumenical churches, they are always Catholic convert, they came from other faith into Catholic Church, and some of them don't even, they don't even claim that they don't even follow the Catholic teaching, or they don't even listen to what Catholic says about those churches. They just want to, say what they want to talk about, the way they feel, you know what I mean? And somebody like Ish of Arabia, is even, I'm going to play his video where he's even going after the Catholic Church. I don't know, I have a problem with the Catholic Church. And he will say that he's a Catholic church, he's a Catholic. But I would not be surprised if he becomes, if he goes to maybe Oriental Orthodox or Coptic anyway. Maybe nobody will be surprised if he end up there, because the way he's making himself a pope, because now he's saying that. He can go to other churches and receive communion if they offer him. He said he can go to Coptic or Oriental Orthodox and receive communion if they offer him, which means he doesn't have basic understanding of what communion is. Because if you understand what communion is, if the churches are not in communion, why do you want to go and receive communion where there is no, you are not in communion with? You already want to receive the Eucharist where you know that the Catholic Church is not in communion with the Oriental Orthodox Church or Eastern Orthodox Church. Why do you want to go and receive? And you don't even listen to how Catholics should engage all these churches. You just wanna, the way you want to see. And now somebody, a convert from a Muslim, is now telling us that what is wrong with the church. I haven't been in church for 5 years, or let's say 10 years. I haven't been a Catholic for 10 years, and he's telling us all this stuff wrong in Catholic Church. This is how he's supposed to fix it. You know what I mean? This is what we always say with this convert. The same thing is Shamoun. Shamoun will always describe himself that he is in the Catholic Church. He is. I never see a Catholic describing himself as I am in the Catholic Church. He will say that I am a Catholic, not like I am in the Catholic Church. But this is what the Sam Shamoun described himself, and he's trying to make all this all this non-existence stuff about the Asian churches. You say, oh, like all these Asian churches that are true, like Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Coptic. You know what I mean? All these Asian churches. They said, they are true church. For him, that's how we describe it. But these people, those Asian churches, we only have one true church anyway, and that one true church is the Catholic Church. Because I think Saint Ignatius said that wherever the bishop is, there is the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church is only through church. All these Eastern Orthodox, Oriental, Coptic Orthodox, they are Asian churches. They have elements of true church in them, but they are not the true church. Because the true church, and you have marks of true church. They have to be one, united. Because Christ prayed for unity. And imagine, how can Jesus pray and it have not come to pass? It's only in Catholic Church you have that unity. That God answered a prayer about unity. That when Jesus prayed about let there be one. It's only in the Catholic Church that you can say that they are the only Christian church you can look at and say they are one. You can say about Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, Coptic Orthodox, and not only that, they are universal as well. This is another mark of the church, because I think is it Prophet Daniel that said that in everywhere men will give sacrifice, will offer sacrifice to true God. It's Catholic Church that this kind of prophecy come to fulfillment, because travel all over the world and tell me where you cannot find a Catholic Church or a priest that is offering sacrifice of mass anywhere, any part of the world. You know what I mean? So these people, Sam Shamoun and this issue of Arabia that is talking about all these Asian churches. I'm not trying to downplay that the Asian churches doesn't have valid bishops, valid sacraments, all that stuff that they have valid, But the problem is that this is just part of the true church they have. They have some part of true church, but they don't have. They are not the true church, The true church is in the Catholic Church. You know what I mean? We can talk about it. You know what I mean? And it's not good to, especially I only see this kind of stuff in Catholic Church. Those people that claim that they are Catholic, they always talk, because in other these Asian churches that they call them, I don't see a convert from there, talking about the Catholic. Some of them are so so biased about the Catholic Church, but these are so-called Catholic brothers is always talking about the Asian churches, these ecumenical Asian churches that the Asian churches that are one. You know what I mean? Peace.